Have you wondered if a Subaru is suitable for towing? Well, stick around and I'll give you our thoughts after 10,000 miles of towing our tag trailer with our Subaru Outback. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chris with Midwest Journeys, and back in 2019 we purchased our tag trailer with two primary criteria in mind. First off, it had to fit in our garage, and second, we had to be able to tow it with our Subaru Outback. Since then, we've towed that trailer right around 10,000 miles, so we have a pretty good idea of how it handles. So our tow vehicle is a 2015 Subaru Outback 2.5i Limited. It has the factory Class 2 hitch on it, and a lot of people are concerned about towing with the four-cylinder. I think one of the big questions that we get is, does the vehicle have enough power? Can you get up a mountain with the trailer, or are you going to be stuck there? And I will say, from our experience, the most we've done is, say, the Ozarks, and had no problem at all. I have spoken with people who have taken their small trailers out to Colorado and such, and have had no issues at all towing their small trailer with the four-cylinder Subaru up and down the mountains out there as well. Before I get into this video too far, I do want to say that I will be talking quite a bit about numbers such as GVWR and tongue weight. So if you aren't familiar with those numbers, I'm going to link up above and down in the video description a video by KYD, which they do a very good job of explaining these numbers, what they are, why they matter. So I highly recommend, before you go any further in this video, check out that one, so then you have an idea of what I'm speaking of. And even if you don't go further in this video, I think if you're towing and you don't understand those numbers, please go check out that video. So some of the other pros with towing with the Subaru Outback. First off, towing, we get, typically I would get between 17 and 18 miles to the gallon on a trip. And for a gas motor, that's doing pretty darn good, even with the small trailer. And one of the other big advantages of towing with that vehicle is the turning radius. Anybody that's ever pulled or tried to back up a small trailer will know that they like to kind of do their own thing, and if they start to turn a little bit, it's kind of hard to correct them. With the Subaru, the turning radius is so sharp that if the trailer does start to go a little bit one way, it's real easy to correct that and get it back straight. So with that being said, I will say the Subaru has definitely served its purpose in the last couple of years with towing our trailer. We have gone to several really neat places and really have not had any issues on the road with that. That being said, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are some things with the Subaru that could be improved, and for our situation caused some issues. First off, are the mirrors. That car is a little bit narrower than what the tag trailer is, at least the 6 wide. So the issue we have is the mirrors sit inside of where the fenders are on that trailer. So as you're driving, it actually makes that trailer look wider than what it is. And at times it can make it nerve-wracking, especially if you're in like a construction zone, because it's kind of hard to tell how close to the edges the fenders of that trailer are. The other big issues we have are the weight capacities on the Subaru. First off is the tongue weight. Max tongue weight on that Subaru is 200 pounds. The tag trailer, we typically would sit right at that 200 pound mark. We would really have to watch what we loaded in the front and the back of the trailer to try to keep that tongue weight where it needed to be. We found that we typically carried a cooler on the front of the trailer, and if we had the cooler on there, we couldn't put anything else. Like sometimes we would try to carry water on a jug on the other side, and we could not load the cooler in the water at the same time, or else it would push that tongue weight up over that 200 pound mark. The other big issue on the Subaru is the GVWR. So the payload capacity on that car is 900 pounds, which seems like plenty. It's like, who's going to carry 900 pounds worth of stuff camping with a teardrop trailer? However, once you figure your people that are in the vehicle, if you have any pets, so myself, Tammy, and Bagheera, there's about 450 of that 900 already. That tongue weight gets figured in, so you take another 200 out. So now you're down to 250 pounds worth of extra stuff once you get rid of all the rest of that. The first time we went to a CAT scale to actually check this was back in April of 2020. And at that point in time, our car, the Subaru with us in it, was weighing in at 4,820 pounds. Unfortunately, the GVWR of the Subaru is only 4,695. So right there, we were over by a little over 100 pounds. Now, granted, the trailer at that point in time was weighing in at 1,780, and the GVWR on the trailer is 2,000 pounds. So we had about a little over 200 pounds that we could put back in the trailer, which is what we did, and it worked out. It just let us know that we were sitting right at that spot where if we put very much more in there, we would be over. The next time we ended up weighing was May of this year, and at that point in time we were at 4,640 for the vehicle. So we were actually under, not by much, only by about 50 pounds, but we were under. And the trailer was under, it was at 1,820, so it was it was under by about 180 pounds. So we were good there. Once again though, we knew we were right at the top where we didn't have a whole lot of wiggle room. So I guess the question is going to be for a lot of people, well, what all do you pack to make it that heavy? And to us, I don't believe we're packing a lot. You figure our food, we do have a clam shelter that we bring. We have the canopy that we put over the back, over the kitchen. And really that's the majority of our chairs. We really don't have anything else that I can think of. We do have a jackery that we carry sometimes, but we don't have really a lot of heavy items. The cooler, I wouldn't consider it to be anything outrageous. I mean, most of the time, I think any time that we've actually weighed, we haven't even had the generator with us. So we're not talking a lot of real large or heavy items or anything out of the ordinary, really. So with all that being said, would we recommend somebody using a Subaru Outback for a tow vehicle? And I would have to say yes. The thing would be, you have to keep your expectations realistic. If you know that you aren't going to carry that much stuff, you know that you're going to keep it very minimal, and especially if you don't have that many people in the vehicle. So if we didn't have Bagheera per se, that would give us an extra 80 pounds. So like I said, it's a matter of keeping your expectations realistic and knowing what you're going to bring. So as far as we're concerned and how we're going to address these weight capacities, well, let me show you. So here it is, the new Midwest Journeys tow vehicle. 2011 Ford F350 Super Duty, 4-wheel drive, 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. So, am I saying that you need to go out and buy a 1-ton diesel truck to pull your teardrop trailer? Absolutely not. No, this is absolute overkill to pull our little trailer. It does a great job, but that would be expected. No, we have big plans for our channel, and we're not quite ready to announce all those yet, but we're very excited for them, and we hope you all will stick around for our journey, because we've got some really neat things coming, and this truck just happens to be part of those plans. With that being said, if you found this video to be informative, please give it a like below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We greatly appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next one.